After Nioh 2, I remember hearing that there might not be another entry for a while, or maybe never, because the developers felt like they had finished everything that they wanted to do. But I think Elden Ring may have lit a fire under them, because they came back swinging with Nioh 3. They wanted to do an open world experience, but they wanted to do it in their own unique style. And what we ended up with is the incredible gameplay and challenge of Nioh spread across multiple expansive open area maps. And it still offers classic missions just like the old games. And all of this comes together to make sure once again that it is not just another Dark Souls clone. One of the things that usually happens when a game gets multiple sequels is they end up taking features away or just downgrading the quality. Nioh 3 does not do that. It takes everything that they made from the first two games and expands it and refines it, which is exactly how you make a great sequel. After playing several of Team Ninja's games, I did not know if this engine was going to be able to handle the open world, but they managed to pull it off. The combat is more advanced, yet somehow simpler than past games. You don't have to constantly change between mid, high, or low stances anymore. You can more or less just pick your preferred playstyle and stick to it. At least that's what I do. And what really sets this one apart from the others is the ability to hot swap between a samurai build and a ninja build. The ninja build is so much faster. While you do lose the ki burst, you gain a dash move that helps you get behind characters for even more attacks. And with the new open area design, it makes exploration and stealth so much better. Being able to sneak through the tall grass or jump off a building just to take out a yokai quietly feels great, and it's almost like Tenchu at times. Now, I have seen some complaints that the game is easier than the previous ones. And in some ways it is, but you have to remember, this is the third game in the series. And most of the players already know the game inside and out. Veterans already know their preferred builds, skills, weapons, and how the enemies react, making it inherently easier. It's a natural progression, just like the Souls games. One of the biggest complaints with the Nioh series, though, has always been that there's just too much loot. And I always looked at it more like a Diablo style game when it came to that. While that still can be an issue, they have improved it a lot, especially with your first playthrough. Don't worry about trying to get specific builds in your first playthrough, because once you beat the game, you unlock the heavenly weapons and higher tiers. And to help speed things up, they added in an auto-equip feature based on your preferred weight class. You just select it and the game automatically gives you the best equipment. I have put 100 hours into this game and I'm still playing it. I love getting lost in the world, taking out hordes of yokai and hunting down every single kodama and collectible. It is incredibly addictive. The hardest parts of the game though are definitely the bosses and the enemy packed crucibles, but you don't have to do it alone. And the co-op here is better than it's ever been. There's less lag than any I have ever experienced in a Dark Souls game. Jumping into the Crucible with 3 people looks like an action movie, complete with players running across walls using the guardian spirits, and sometimes, if you're lucky, you can summon in people that are masters at the game. And when you're in the middle of a boss fight, the amount of lightning, fire, and magic that is cast and thrown out is insane. They deal so much damage so fast that the bosses don't even know what hit them. And with all that chaos, you think the performance would tank, but on the PS5 performance mode, it's surprisingly decent. From what I can tell, it does perform better than the PS5 version of Elden Ring. There are a few visual trade-offs though. If you're playing in HDR or you're on a really bright screen, you're going to notice some of the dithering in the fog and the distant artifacting it has. You're also going to see more jagged edges on the character's hair, and some of the textures are a bit rough at times. But my biggest complaint when it comes to the visuals on console is the heavy, hazy, full screen bloom effect that you cannot turn off like you can on PC. But even with those issues, the art and the design remain beautiful. Nioh 3 is an extremely addictive, fast-paced action game. The story introduces a really cool concept where you're on the verge of becoming the Shogun in Japan. But of course, things go wrong, you time travel forwards and backwards through different eras, and it connects everything together. And just a heads up, I do recommend playing the game with the Japanese voice acting. Now, I did read recently that they split up the development team to work on some other games. While I hope this isn't the last entry in the franchise, if it is the final piece of Nioh that we get, it has been an incredible journey, and it easily earns my must-play seal of approval. Thanks for watching. Would you kindly leave a like and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later.